You're actually not depressed because there's something wrong with you. You're actually depressed because your mind is fixated on the things of others, and it didn't happen it didn't happen by mistake. It was curated for you to think that way. It was curated for you to believe that without what other people possess, you are less of a person. Capitalism has weaponized materialism against humanity to the point where you feel like if you do not possess what this other person has, then somehow you're less. Then somehow you're not full, you're not fulfilled, there's something missing in your life. And that's just to sell you something. That's just to make, well, these people made you depressed not because they care about you, but because they want to sell you something. So they use this psychology of lack to make you want to pursue the things that they created so that you can be able to afford and purchase them. And by purchasing that, trust me, you only get a certain hit of dopamine for a few days, at most a few months, and then it goes down to zero, and then everything you have, damn, sorry about that, and then everything you have is basically that. There's nothing special about it anymore. It's just another piece of item that you bought, right? And those people have weaponized that, so they could enrich themselves so they could become more wealthier. So the depression you feel is because your mind has made you believe that you are less of what you are because you do not possess a certain thing that was made by someone else. And that is very sad, and it's a very negative state of mind to live in. It's a very bad place to be. So you have to. So how can you make yourself better? How could you make yourself feel better? You have to realize that all those things that you think you need are not actually what you need. You have to understand the game that's being played to make you believe that without those things you're nothing, you're less, or whatever. But it starts with you anyway. It starts with you. You have to ask yourself, why do you even feel you want those things? Are those things a part of who you are? Are those things going to make you a better person? Well, trust me though, getting a car is convenient, right? So I'm not going to sit there and pretend like having a car isn't a necessity in today's age. You need to get to one place or another. And well, some people take it as, if I do not have a car, then that means I'm losing in life or something like that. If I do not own a house, that means I'm losing in life. I'm way back or something like that. But those are not the things that define you. Those are things that are here and will remain here even while you're gone, while you cease to exist. So why are you so fixated on the things that are temporary while causing yourself permanent damage? And like I said, it's not completely your fault. It's the game that has been played on you to believe that without those things, you are less of who you are. But you have to detox. You have to detox your mind. You have to learn detachment from any of those things, because they're things. That's all they are. They're nothing really. They're absolutely nothing. You ever wonder why the person who possesses certain things and they get this fulfillment, then they just go on a rampage thinking they are going to get that same hit, the same hit they bought their first item? They buy the first car, and then the feeling goes off, and then they buy the second car, and then they buy the third car, and then take Floyd Mayweather for example. That man has a car sale, like literally a car sale of Lambos, Ferraris, Rolls Royce, name it, houses all over the flipping place. But you're just chasing. At that point, you're just chasing dopamine. But at that point, all you're doing is also chasing a feeling. You escaped not having money, and now you're chasing. It's literally like going back to square one, right? You chased money, now you have it, and now you're chasing something else, external gratification. From who? From what? It's like humans just keep chasing things. It's like when you climb this next mountain, there's another mountain waiting for you to conquer it, right? So you end up in this endless pursuit of achieving things, when achievements are basically games to make you feel like you have a purpose in life. I think that's what achievements are. Honestly, I think that's what achievements are, because the guy who worked all his life to be the GOAT, or the greatest of all time in his field, be it golf, basketball, football, whatever, if you told him that his achievement is meaningless, of course, of course it's going to break down. Of course it's going to probably like, what do you mean I worked all my life for this? But what is that achievement like? That's it? Just recognition from what? Other people? External validation at best? That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. What more is it? What more is it? And that may matter for some people, but on the grander scheme of things, it's not as important as people make it to be. So for me, I've learned detachment a long time ago, so I really understand. I see things from, I remove myself from things, and then I look at it for what it is. And I've seen the game that's being played on people, and I've seen why so many people are depressed, because they live in this circle of want and desiring things that isn't theirs. Because whatever you buy today, you're going to die and leave it behind. And when you do, someone else is going to get it, right? Someone else is going to take and inherit that property, that thing you bought for whatever price that you worked hard for. And at the end of the day, what have you really done here on earth? That's the question. What have you done? Whose life have you impacted? What have you done? What imprint have you left that when you're not here anymore, other people will say, oh my goodness, this guy made a huge impact, and we'll forever remember him for this. So unless you start thinking towards this direction, you're always going to be depressed, because you have been programmed to believe that you need the things that you do not need, that you want the things that you do not want. So those are my thoughts.